first question is, where do you get your news? Social media, physical paper, online subscription? None of the above, all of the above.
None of the above. I definitely have I'm more acquainted with Boston Globe since working with Sasha. I actually listened to a lot of Boston radio because when we were doing the film, she was on Boston radio, and she has since gone back to the Globe now. She works in the financial section now, so I don't read that as much as the arts section. And I usually get my news from the radio. I listen to CBC back in Canada and NPR in the States because I feel like I can multitask. I can do the dishes and get my news at the same time.
If you were to vote in this U.S. presidential election, who would it be? And
as a Canadian, I should plead the fifth, but I'm going to go with Bernie too. Yeah.
You experienced something new you have never experienced.
I mean, it was across the board such an incredible, probably one of the greatest casts I've ever had the pleasure of working with. What I loved was I feel like the team of actors sort of followed in the footsteps of the team of reporters. We really kind of did become a family, and I was never made to feel like the girl or the youngest. Sasha was also the only woman on the team and the youngest woman on the team, and I was the same. And I never felt that way. I never felt that difference. So yeah, it was just a wonderful, inclusive, collaborative experience. I had an incredible time making this film, and usually those ones turn out very badly. So I was glad to see that is not always the case, that it can work out rather well and you can enjoy yourself. So.
As much as you're comfortable discussing this, he would love to know whether having played Sasha and having been in Spotlight has changed your views with regards to your faith.
I grew up Protestant, so I didn't grow up Catholic. Although my godmother was a devout Catholic, and she's no longer alive. But I definitely thought about how hard this would be for her to watch and to deal with. So I have to say even though I knew this was the right story to tell, I definitely felt conflicted at times about ostracizing anyone from the Catholic Church and wanting it to be a conversation rather than rejecting anyone outright, that so we could all come together and continue to shed a light on something that was very tragic and is a part of the church, not the whole. So I think we all had very conflicted feelings about what we were saying and how we go about saying it, and at the same time knowing that it had to be said. I'm not particularly religious. Now I'm more agnostic, but I can understand how complicated it is. Interestingly enough, Sasha was, she was her family was very Catholic, as you can see in the film, but she too felt like that had to be put aside to tell the story and to do what was right, and that she would deal with those consequences with her family privately. So.